Lord and Savior Elon Musk tweeted last night about how the next holiday software update for Teslas is going to be including a full self-driving sneak peek. Now, this personally gets me super excited because of all the cool things about Teslas I like. Full self-driving has to be the #1 priority for me. That's the biggest feature I'm most looking forward to, and it's something Tesla rightfully gets a lot of criticism for because they're very ambitious with its timeline. But what Elon said at Autonomy Day earlier this year was that they plan on full self-driving being near feature complete by the end of 2019, and then hopefully legally ready by the end of 2020, which obviously we all have our doubts about, but I don't really care if they end up being late to that game because no one else is even close, and no one else is giving deadlines, no one else is giving estimated time targets and saying, yeah, you know what, I think that software, I think this experience will be done in about a year or two, less or more. The fact that there's a company as genius as Tesla is with their design and their software and updating vehicles, upgrading them for the modern age, they're coming forward and saying, yeah, this is going to be possible pretty soon. That gets me pumped, even if it's not level 5 autonomy, okay? What I'm really curious is what this sneak preview really is. How can you give someone a preview of full self-driving? A lot of people are theorizing on it. My personal theory is that it's going to include stop sign and stop light detection. So if you think about it, a lot of what Teslas are already doing can cover a large majority of our driving habits. Like on the freeway, there's very little you have to do in a Tesla these days. And even on rural streets, if you're just keeping the car in between the lines on the road, the Tesla can do a pretty good job at doing that. So as soon as you implement stop sign and red light detection, all that's really left for you to do and perfect is turning. After that, I mean, it's just ironing things out for the most part, because if you're driving on the freeway and now the car will see a red light and stop, and hopefully when it sees a green light, it'll keep going, as well as noticing stop signs and stopping for those, that means even less involvement from the driver because I'm lazy and I'm looking forward to not having to drive the car. So basically the only time you necessarily have to intervene is when you have to start making turns. Now there's a lot of things Elon did not tell us, so still no one's sure if this is going to require hardware 3.0 for autopilot in this full self-driving preview to work, given they haven't really done a whole lot of full self-driving computer switch outs. They said they're going to do that in the long run, but I'm sure production's quite limited right now in regards to the computers themselves. But it's good to see that Elon is following up on his original promise. No, I don't think level 5 autonomy is going to be ready by the end of next year, and I don't even think full self-driving is going to be feature complete by the end of 2019. And even though they say that, like, how can we prove it? If it's not legal, then how are we gonna know if it is feature complete? So I guess they have all of 2020 really to iron out the kinks, get things really working before they can officially say, all right, now we're a little bit behind schedule, but that could be up to legislation. That might be the issue. There's multiple things that have to happen before level 5 autonomy becomes a reality, but personally, I don't care if that takes 4, 5, 6 years to actually happen, because I know there's a lot of individual circumstances that full self-driving is probably not going to be ready for a very, very long time. I'm most excited for level 4 autonomy, which basically means that the driver does not have to really do anything in the car, but there still needs to be a driver. Like, there still needs to be a steering wheel to take over in case of emergencies, but I'm on board and totally excited for that. 95% of the time, the car can handle most of the driving, because that's still going to be super impressive if I can get in the car, tell it where to go, and it can basically take the wheel from there. It may be like autopilot is now, where it says, hey, you gotta have to tell us that your hand's on the wheel every now and again, and maybe they'll use the internal camera to make sure your eye's on the road or something. So no, it's not going to be that daydream of, oh yeah, we can get in the car and, you know, just fall asleep because the car is so good at driving that a driver doesn't even really need to be there. But as long as we're getting closer to that vision, I am pumped, and knowing that there's going to be some type of sneak peek before the end of the year is really, really exciting. It shows that Tesla is serious about autonomy. It's not something they're just going to promise and then keep delaying and delaying and delaying. Delays may be involved, but they're still serious about the rollout. The bad news, however, is that if there is some type of major feature upgrade to full self-driving, like that stop sign and red light detection, that likely means that not long after this feature rolls out, then the price of full self-driving is likely going to increase by another $1,000. The last time full self-driving increased was when they rolled out the use of Smart Summon, which still has a ways to go. It's not ready yet, but it is working for a lot of people, and it is getting better with updates in time. But just because they unveiled that feature and said that, hey, people can start using this now, for Tesla's ideals, they decided that was worth upping the price another $1,000. It's currently $7,000, whether you buy it with the car or after you purchase the vehicle, it's the same price. But my guess is come February, maybe March, if this full self-driving sneak peek comes out with some type of better autonomy features than we're currently getting with autopilot, then I think you should expect full self-driving to likely increase again to $8,000, which is really, really high. But I think Tesla is probably right in assuming that the closer the car gets to full self-driving, the higher in demand this feature is going to become. So right now, given it isn't really full self-driving, it's just kind of that promise, that's why it's $7,000. But once you get to that point where level 4 autonomy is achieved, and maybe down the road, years from now, when level 5 autonomy is achieved, now that little full self-driving checkbox on the vehicle means that you have something that can become part of the robo-taxi fleet and potentially make money, and also, you know, just for convenience sake, have a car that can drive itself, which is amazing. My dream that I will put my foot down and hold true to is that one day I can get in the car, plug in a destination, and then just go to sleep, and then wake up at my destination. I want to get to that point at some year in my life. I don't care if it takes 5 or 10 years. Just the fact that Tesla has the most data on full self-driving because of the fleet, and they're analyzing all of the autopilot usage on the road now. They're going to have way more data than everybody else, so they'll know how to advance autonomous driving better than anyone because they got more autonomous capable driving cars on the road than anyone. That means that when full self-driving is technically possible for humanity, more than likely Tesla is going to be the company that has it available to consumers years before any other car companies do. Also, Stardew Valley. Yeah. That's kind of cool. It's a paid game for a lot of platforms, so the fact that they're just adding Stardew Valley for free to all the cars now, that's dope. More gaming. Yay. Though I assume you can't play it with the steering wheel. That would be kind of weird. So yeah, probably Xbox controller, but when can we get Minecraft, all right? I'm a huge Minecraft nerd. I want to play Minecraft in the car, but full self-driving, more important than that. Focus on that. Don't worry about the games too much. What do you guys think of the full self-driving sneak peek? What do you think it's going to be? How long do you think it's going to be until we get level 4 autonomy in the car where it can handle stop signs, stoplights, turns, but you just have to be there for legal reasons? Please let me know what you're thinking. And thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you have an excellent day. Take care.